From Orange Lutheran High School in Orange, California, Ballislife.com is proud to present the Magic Memorial Day Festival presented by Adidas. Our next game features the Compton Magic against Big Ballers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Paul Westphal alongside Ballislife Grassroots National Editor Ronnie Flores. And Ronnie, we had a lot of excitement in our first game with Team Arsenal defeating Belmont Shore, but this game, the talent level is even up maybe a notch or two.
Oh, definitely. The Compton Magic have one of the best teams on the Dita Gauntlet. They're 11-1 so far, the number 2 team in the country, and they're taking on Big Ballers. There you see their head coach, Lavar Ball. Obviously, he coaches his sons on the team, and the one that's left on the team is obviously LaMelo Ball, the UCLA commit. He's number 1 in the teal. You're going to watch him today, and he should put on a great show for these fans here at Orange Lutheran. There you got Compton Magic coach Darren Graham, and Darren Graham has been a head coach at a high school level for 12 years and his 10th season with the Compton Magic. Here we go.
And we're going to start a little bit early, I guess, and here we go. Opening tip, Compton Magic is in the black uniforms with the gold, yellow gold numerals, while Big Ballers is in the gray uniforms with the black numbers. And we'll set the lineups just as quickly as we can, as they tipped off just a touch before we were ready to go. But here's the action. For number 5 for Compton Magic, it's Jules Bernard. Number 21 is Onyeka Okongwu, and he's going to be called for traveling. Of course, Okongwu played for Chino Hills. Shot from the corner, no good. In transition, here come the Magic, but it's tipped away from behind by Faquan Davis, and out of bounds. It'll be out of bounds to Big Ballers.
Standing room only there in the corner, Paul.
No doubt about that, as I think they underestimated the crowd here for this one.
Definitely. Standing room only is Big Ballers ball, and here comes the little Mello ball. Mello from about 35 feet.
Off the backboard, no good. Grabbed by Okongwu. Here comes Compton Magic. This is Harrison Butler from Mater Dei High School. Finds an open man underneath, and it's Timmy Allen with the basket for Compton Magic. We'll get to a poll question anytime you're ready in the truck. Our first of many poll questions coming up. We want you to participate. Don't hesitate to vote. And the first one is an easy one. Who's going to win? Compton Magic or Big Ballers? Two of the more storied programs in Southern California, if not the nation, AAU basketball.
And obviously,
so log in and vote. Big Ballers or Compton Magic?
Big Ballers already got the big following. People love the Ball brothers, and they already are 100% on the board. They think they're going to pull off the upset. Because if you look at the rosters, Paul, the Compton Magic does have the stronger roster in terms of college prospects.
Bernard with the drive is fouled.
And speaking of college prospects, there's Jules Bernard, the left-hander from Windward. Cal High Sports Division III State Player of the Year. Excellent junior season for Jules Bernard.
Smooth as silk. He is a scoring machine, a 3-level scorer. Okongwu inside.
There's the Big O doing some punishment against some of his old Chino Hills and his Chino Hills teammates.
And LaMelo Ball has the basketball. This will be really fast-paced. If, of course, you know anything about how the Ball family plays basketball, it is high octane all the time. The pass to Elijah Harkless is out of bounds. For Compton Magic, here comes some full court pressure. Number 4 is Jordan Starr from Village Christian. Bernard on the drive. And one for Jules Bernard.
And Jules?
No, I don't think they heard the whistle. We got a foul.
It's an and one bucket for Jules Bernard. He'll be at the line.
And I don't think that Faquan Davis for Big Ballers heard the whistle. It's kind of loud in here. Plus, there's 2 games going on at the same time. So he took the ball out of bounds, and in true Big Ballers fashion, even after a make, he was flying down the other way.
Definitely.
Here's Bernard at the line. Missed it. And it's a violation. It did not hit the rim.
Uncharacteristically there, it didn't hit the rim. Jules Bernard usually has a nice street stroke.
That's Harkless with the basketball from Etiwanda. Shot misses, and it's out of bounds to Compton Magic. So let me see if I can get these guys. It's Jordan Starr, number 4, Jules Bernard, number 5. Number 15 is Harrison Butler. Number 21 is Onyeka Okongwu. And number 23 is Timmy Allen. That's Compton Magic in the black and the gold. For big ballers, it's Faquan Davis, number 11, Elijah Harkless, number 10. Number 4 is Will Plummer, and number 5 is Dejon Davis, and a monster slam by Timmy Allen.
Timmy Allen loves to attack the rim. They nicknamed Timmy Buckets.
And Allen fouls LaMelo Ball on the drive, non-shooting foul, but it's a quick 8-0 lead for Compton Magic. But if you watch big ballers play at all, deficits don't bother big ballers whatsoever.
Mallow, they'll look for LaMelo Ball to get hot from the outside if they're in trouble.
Shot is blocked. Blocked by Okongwu. And a foul going to go against big ballers. Sorry, Ronnie, I didn't see who the foul was on.
Harrison Butler hurt his shoulder there, but he's staying in the game.
Try to get that foul offender when we get a chance. Pass inside is to Butler, but he's denied. And we've got another foul going against big ballers. They're going to rule non-shooting foul. Jordan Starr will trigger it. Traveling, going to go against Timmy Allen. Allen is an explosive player.
Definitely explosive wing. Out of Desert Ridge High in Mesa, Arizona, one of the better players in Arizona.
Being looked at by schools like UCLA, USC, ASU, Creighton. There's Lavar Ball. Lavar always creates some interest wherever he goes. Here's LaMelo, guarded by the taller Timmy Allen.
That's an interesting matchup there. Timmy Allen wins that one.
Yeah, shot is denied. Here's Butler, mid-range, no. Starr, rebound, blocked by Harkless. Melo lets fly, and it sticks. Out of bounds off the, in essence, held ball situation, goes to Compton Magic.
And big
There's
ballers,
LaMelo.
And big ballers is going to want number 4 William Pluma to get off too. He's one of their better players in the gray there, number 4. He can shoot it, he can light it up. Faquan Davis, an excellent athlete in energy. He hit some big shots for Chino Hills during the regular season last year.
A large portion of this roster for big ballers did indeed play or will play at Chino Hills. And the ball is lost out of bounds by Davis.
Sloppy start here for big ballers. Similar to Team Arsenal in the first game, so maybe that's a good omen.
Yes, it was 13-0 for Belmont Shore. They ended up losing. Oh, Timmy Allen absorbs the contact, and he's got 6 early points. Back the other way. Okongwu off the front of the rim, but there was some contact, and they're going to call a belated foul on the dunk attempt by Okongwu.
2 years ago when Chino Hills won the national championship, Okongwu was a state freshman of the year. And this year the reverse roles a bit. His teammate LaMelo Ball, who's obviously on big ballers, won the Cal High Sports State sophomore there. He scored a little more. So those guys are great friends. They play for different travel teams, different paths to D1, but both great players nonetheless.
Okongwu makes 1 of 2, but Allen hustles for the rebound, and let's go for 3, no good. Here comes Melo on the fly, 3-on-1, and Pluma lays it up and in. Big Ballers is finally on the board. It's 11-2.
Number 1 for the Compton Magic, Jovan Blackshear is in the game. He's an excellent quick ball handler, and you see him matching wits there with Melo. Jovan Blackshear.
Another Arizona product is Blackshear. Well, let's take a look at our latest poll question. And that's probably the talk of the Southland, if not the country. when will Melo's brother Lonzo be drafted? He's going to be picked 1, 2, or 3, and I'll be surprised if he gets to 3, frankly. But go ahead and vote. Is Lonzo going to be picked number 1 in the upcoming NBA draft, number 2, which of course is the Laker pick, and number 3? Go ahead and log on and vote. When will Melo's brother Lonzo Ball be drafted? That is what everybody wants to talk about. And we've got some early results, and it's all, everybody's a Laker fan. Everybody wants him going to the purple and gold.
The Boston Celtics, the Lakers' rival, has the number 1 pick, even though they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Most people think they may pick Markelle Fultz out of University of Washington. Philadelphia 76ers picking 3rd.
Steal by Big Ballers, but the shot missed by Harkless. Ahead of the pack is Blackshear. And Allen is denied but fouled at the front of the rim. We'll take another look, end-to-end action to be sure. Allen, fearless, going to the front of the rim, and he gets fouled by a couple of Big Ballers, and he'll go to the line to shoot. But this is a young man that I think has enormous upside. A lot of the Pac-12 looking at him.
Definitely, Paul. He's strong, body, runs the floor, can finish in traffic, finish through contact. Versatile wing with a strong competitive nature.
It is 15-2. Time for Big Ballers to start hitting from distance. And Melo gets hammered by a couple of Compton Magic, but I think the foul is going to go against Blackshear. And of course, if you're a point guard, there are very few you can learn better from than Blackshear's coach. He's playing for Mike Bibby.
Definitely. You know, Shadow Mountain was state champion in Arizona. Got invited to the Dix Nationals and lost to Montverde Academy in the opening round, but nonetheless a great season. They were undefeated going into that event. Top 15 team in the Fab 50 national rankings produced by Ballislife.
Ball be out of bounds to Big Ballers. 9.5 left to play here in the first half. Inside, Harkless denied twice by the longer Okongwu.
The Big O, as we call him here in South Lansing.
And he's just beginning to get as good as he's going to get.
I believe so, Paul. Okongwu just has a great temperament to the game. He can play with 4 fouls, doesn't get rattled, has been up against much older players, and has held his own.
Long-range bomb missed everything, and it's out of bounds to Compton Magic. And the long-distance game just not going for Big Ballers right now.
Well, they're going up against a team with superior length, so they don't get the clean looks that they may get against some other travel teams. Again, this is one of the strongest teams on the Adidas Gauntlet.
Nice pass inside to Isaiah Mobley. Mobley, a really exciting big player out of Rancho Christian High School.
Isaiah's long on potential, and his brother Eric Mobley plays for the younger Compton Magic team, the 16s. Again, at this level of grassroots basketball, most programs have a 17 and under main elite team, and they have a 16 and under and a 15 and under. Sometimes players are talented enough to move up, they go to say, and play up.
Drive by Davis, knocked away. Compton Magic very quick to the loose ball. Bang, big collision, no call. Oh, it's getting rough out there without a whistle. No good, and finally a whistle stops the frenetic action. We had a major, there, talk about a major star. There he is, that's James Harden.
The SoCal California native from Artesia High School led him to 2 state championships. Played for 2 seasons at Arizona State, and obviously an MVP candidate. All 3 NBA MVP candidates are from Southern California. What do you think about that,
Isn't
Paul?
that something? That's exactly right.
It's a renaissance of ball here, a great era for basketball here in Southern California. James Harden, one of the ones leading the way, along with Russell Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard.
Yes, out of Riverside. And oh, and a reverse slam by Mobley.
And when you look at these Compton Magic players, they're big and you can see they're going to play at the next level. And when you go back to James Harden, you're talking about an MVP. And James Harden was 5'10", 150 in 9th grade. So just so you know, kids that got there that don't get discouraged, you just never know what's going to happen. James Harden was about 5'10", 150 in high school.
And there's some more of the Ball clan. Of course, that's LeAngelo on the left of your screen and Lonzo on the right. LeAngelo, of course, just going to begin to start his college career at UCLA, and Lonzo awaiting. That's all he can do is wait at this point, but his future, while the destination yet to be determined, I think the excellence goes without saying.
Yeah, his future is bright. You know, National High School Player of the Year 2 years ago, Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, turned into a top 3 draft pick, meant for top 2. You know, Lonzo's just transcending player at the high school level, great college player, and will do round the NBA.
Coast to coast for Elijah Harkless. It's 19-7, but Blackshear misses. LaMelo fires it. Oh, good heads-up play by Jordan Starr to knock it away, but Pluma lets fly for 3. Oh, off the rim, no good. Rebound is on the floor. Good hustle by Davis. And lays it up, and it is Christian Cavanillas.
Big Ballers trying to ratchet up the defense here.
19-9, and another steal? No. Nearly a steal. Underneath, easy one for Mobley.
The long run pass that Big Ballers loves to throw, but Lonzo's the one that throws it the best, and he's obviously can't play in this game, but they still love to do that and throw that long home run pass. Sometimes it works, but not at the percentage when Lonzo's throwing.
Right, exactly right. His precision was remarkable. Out of bounds to Big Ballers. But after a slow start, Big Ballers beginning to get some offense going. It's 21-9. They're going to make them re-inbound the basketball. Standing room only as Lavar Ball says, shoot the basketball. That's what we do. Melo has had a tough time getting any space at all. Lost it on the crossover. Turnover gives it back to Compton Magic. Number 4 for Compton Magic is an interesting story. That's Jordan Starr. His dad, Kelvin, is coach at the Masters College up in Santa Clarita. Inside it goes once again to Mobley, and there's nobody that can stop him. The Big Ballers roster a little undersized, Ronnie. They're going to have trouble on the baseline.
Yeah, they need to hit a high percentage shot and get back on defense.
3-ball misses for Pluma, and it's out of bounds to Compton Magic. But number 4, Jordan Starr, he's actually played for the Australian under-17 team because his dad, Kelvin's a native of Australia. And I know a lot of the basketball fans in Australia hadn't even heard of Jordan Starr when he made the team, but he made his mark early and often.
There's Jules Bernard on the slicing drive. Senior to be at Windward High on Palms area of Los Angeles. Mar Vista.
Step back jumper rattles in for Bernard. He's got 6. It's 28-9 and a foul. Yeah, I really like Jules Bernard's game. Been watching him play for an awfully long time, Ronnie, and he gets better and better every time I see him, and he just seems to have a multifaceted game.
Definitely.
And we'll get one more poll question when we finally got a break in the action. So let's have that poll question when we get a chance. Butler steps through and misses, and it's tipped out of bounds. It'll be Big Ballers basketball. So here comes the latest poll question. How many NBA players have played on the Compton Magic? They have as storied a history as Belmont Shore did in the first game. Is it 9, 15, 28, or just 2? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's not 2.
Compton Magic, created by Udo Ema and college assistant Rod Palmer.
There's our first wave of results, and 28 has all of the results so far, and when you think of the alums that they've had, they're just going to add to that list because TJ Leaf and Ike Anigbogu, Jordan Bell, they're all going to be drafted high in this year's NBA draft, all former Compton Magic players.
As well as Cameron Oliver. TJ Leaf had a great year at UCLA. Obviously, Lonzo Ball got a lot of the acclaims and headlines, accolades, but TJ Leaf, excellent player out of Foothills Christian, where Jordan Starr actually played for with him until his father moved a little north to the Southern California basin to take that master's job.
Right, exactly right. LaMelo hits them both. That's his first points of the game. Great hustle by both sides, and a foul.
Jules Bernard is hammered there.
Bernard went strong to the rim and it got whacked from behind. Look at the hustle on both sides, and then Bernard got it from both the right and the left. Here's a good look at Jules.
He has kind of a high school version game of Manu Ginobili. He can slice through the lane. Left-hander, he covers a lot of ground when he drives, can shoot. Similar type of instincts. Obviously, it's hard to say he has the instincts of Manu Ginobili, but that type of disposition to his game.
Very savvy, very smooth, savvy player to be sure. And he nearly brought the house down with that one. Fouls on Davis. Watch the elevation from Bernard. I think he's excellent, talking about Jules Bernard, he's excellent in the open court. So I think wherever he decides to go to college, if they play that up-tempo kind of basketball, I think he'll fit in easily and early.
Definitely. Jules Bernard, they're calling an intentional foul there as Lavar Ball doesn't like the call. So Compton Magic with the big lead, and they'll retain the ball after these free throws.
It's 29-11, and Lavar getting an explanation on the call.
And you can see Coach Darren Graham there in the back.
And Bernard having a rare bad day at the foul line as he missed a couple more, and we saw him shoot an air ball the first time, and that's just so unlike what I've seen from Jules Bernard over the years. But some days it's like that for a shooter, and it'll be a timeout on the court. Order is restored momentarily. Compton Magic up 29, Big Ballers 11, 5.5 to go here in the first half. There's a good look at Lavar Ball. He has created so much attention, regardless of where you stand on Lavar Ball. It's undeniable that he has brought a certain degree of attention to his style of play, the way he's coached his kids. It all has worked.
Yes, and
we're going to take a look at our poll results. Who's going to win? Hey, Big Ballers, they've got their fans out there, Ronnie.
Definitely, and going back to what you said about Lavar Ball and the Big Baller brand, obviously it starts with Lonzo Ball. The boys' play dictates what he's able to do, and obviously they're all going to committed to UCLA, and Lonzo went through in there and had great success. And it's not guaranteed that Jallo is going to have the same type of impact, and he's not the same type of player. There's Jallo, he's more of a shooter on the wing. He's not a transcendent 6'6" point guard. So again, we want to see these guys how they do on the court, and obviously LaMelo has 2 years more of high school, and he's going to be a great college player.
And Melo looks taller every time I see him.
Yeah, definitely. 2 years ago, when he was 5'9" on that national championship team at Chino, he was kind of the fifth cog on that team. Then last year he took a major role. There you see Melo. He's more like 6'2" now, going towards 6'3". And he's becoming a great player in his own right.
No doubt about it. He looks so much bigger than when, just a couple of years ago.
Definitely.
So obviously he's not done growing yet.
And the footage went viral when he scored 92 points in a game this year after they lost to Oak Hill. Obviously Ballislife had that video going all over the country.
Melo from the moon missed it. The rebound's grabbed by Blackshear, but Melo steals it against Okongwu. Oh, and Okongwu won that battle, and it goes out of bounds. You mentioned the 92 points, and I think it generated an insane amount of national attention, but the game that I was more impressed with was the night that he had 36 against Oak Hill Academy.
Correct.
Oak Hill Academy probably had 8 Division I guys.
And senior guards.
And he had 36 against them, and that was really impressive.
Well, that was ironic because that was probably his best performance of the season, and in a game that ended their 60-game winning streak as they were trying to get to the state record of 66, came up 6 games short to follow their 35-0 2015-2016 season where everything went right for Chino Hills.
Chino Hills only lost 3 games all season long. Drive by Allen, no good. Rebound by Mobley, and he's fouled by Davis. Yeah, Chino Hills, the aforementioned, lost to Oak Hill, and then they lost to Mater Dei in the open semis, and then to Bishop Montgomery. So, I mean, wow, you know, that ain't too bad.
Definitely not. They had a great season, 30-3. After losing Lonzo Ball, with Jules Bernard going on the line again. Jules Bernard, such an aggressive player. He doesn't hit, like you said, all his free throws, Paul, but he keeps getting the line, he keeps working, and he's making an impact and giving Compton Magic this big lead.
2 for 2 for Bernard that time, and we're going to get substitution. So for Compton Magic, it's Mobley, Allen, Bernard, Blackshear, and Okongwu, and they're really long, this particular lineup. 3 ball on the way, no good by Davis, and the rebound still in possession of Big Ballers.
Compton Magic definitely will have a chance to win the Adidas Gauntlet Fire. Obviously, this event, the Magic Memorial Day Festival, is a regional qualifier. They're 11-1. They're number 1 in their division in the Adidas Gauntlet, and they've only lost to the Iowa Barnstormers, but a great grassroots season so far for the Compton Magic.
And of course, they've had so many amazing teams over the years, national titles. The hit ahead is for Mello. Pluma lets fly for 3. Looks good, and it is.
Will Pluma, they want to get him going here.
That's only the second made 3 for the Big Ballers. Okongwu hangs and scores. Onyeka's got 7. It's 35-14. Spin move by Harkless. Davis, hesitation dribble. Harkless inside. Nice reverse layup, but the rim won't have it. Good hustle, though, by Faquan Davis to keep the possession alive. Open 3 for Harkless. No, and the rebound's grabbed flat-footed by Mobley. Oh, good block from behind by Dejon Davis, but recovered by Bernard, and Jules is in double figures with 11.
Just relentless effort by Jules Bernard.
Blocked by Okongwu on Harkless, but a foul.
Back to Faquan Davis. He made some big plays to help Chino Hills win the Tarkanian Classic. He was actually the difference maker to get them that Christmas tournament victory. Excellent role player for Chino Hills, and he should have a bigger role, obviously,
right,
heading into his junior year next year.
Right. Harkless makes 1 of 2. Harkless playing for one of my favorite coaches, and that's Dave Kleckner over there at Etowanda. And if you don't learn how to play defense for Dave Kleckner, well, then you play somewhere else.
Correct. You're just not playing. So obviously he's done a great job there at Etowanda. Over 600 victories. Dave Kleckner, excellent job.
Pass is knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Compton Magic. Substitution stops the flow momentarily as number 8, Johnny Juzang comes into the game. First time I think we've seen Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's out of Harvard Westlake, where he plays with another great young player, Cassius Stanley. And Johnny Juzang actually moved up from the 16s. You know, when players play well, they progress. Sometimes on the grassroots circuit on these teams, the players move up. And Johnny Juzang got rewarded. He was on the 16U Compton Magic team, and he's now making a great contribution to the 17 and over.
Nice. And of course, Harvard Westlake, 1A champs. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Compton Magic. Big Ballers just haven't had that run that their customary Big Ballers basketball so far. My goodness, that's a hard foul. And it's going to go against LaMelo Ball. 37-15 with 2:41 left in the half, but wouldn't be the first time Big Ballers have come back from a big deficit. But look at the contact. We have seen a lot of physical play here in this first half. Little floater for Johnny Juzang. Gets his first basket. Pretty shot. Pluma lets fly for three. Got it. Will's got his second three of the afternoon. He's got 8. Blackshear takes it all away and draws the foul.
Jovan Blackshear Jr. at the line. Played for state champion Shadow Mountain out of Phoenix.
Plays with Jalen House, Eddie House's son. Eddie, of course, one of the great shooters of all time, and from what I understand, his son didn't fall too far from the tree there. He can fill it up too.
Great young guards returning for Shadow Mountain for Coach Mike Bibby.
Pass is stolen by Blackshear. Good pass to Okongwu, who lost it on the way up with some help from a good play by Davis to interrupt the rhythm of that slam. The fans were in anticipation about midair.
Lavar Ball not happy with Davis's offensive decision making, but he got back and tried to stop that shot.
Number 2 is Jarod Lucas. Jarod from Los Altos High School. And Juzang makes another basket. He's got 4 off the bench. Jarod Lucas, a really good-looking guard from Los Altos High School, where he plays for his dad, Jeff. Mobley on the drive, and a pushing foul going to go against one of the Big Ballers.
Jarod Lucas is a high-octane scorer, and he's worked real hard to improve his point guard skills, Paul.
Is that where you see him at the next level?
I think that's what he eventually wants to play and wants to morph into. He's such a great shooter.
That's his, Isaiah Mobley is at the free throw line. Isaiah from Rancho Christian High School. He's being looked at by everybody. I mean, the West Coast is all over Isaiah Mobley. San Diego State, USC, UCLA, ASU. We have a foul. Going to go against Compton Magic. And LaMelo Ball is going to go to the free throw line. It's been a tough evening for Melo. The defense, of course, knowing he has unlimited range, they haven't really given him much space even when he's 30 feet from the basket.
And that's one area of the game where you want to see Melo keep improving, his ability to get by guys off the dribble. He relies a lot of times on, crafty moves, but you want to see explosive first step moves out of Melo. And that's one area of the game where he'll continue to improve as he gets older.
Rebound grabbed by Big Ballers. Pluma lets fly again. He missed it. And Lucas has the rebound for Compton Magic. The hit ahead is for Juzang, who one bounce dribble and missed it. But Lucas has the miss and sticks it in the basket. Jarod Lucas on the board. He averaged 25 a game for Los Altos. Excellent defense by Blackshear. Melo couldn't create enough space, and Blackshear got his hand on top of the ball. This is a really good play.
Jovan Blackshear is taking that personal, wants to really do a good job on Melo, one-on-one individually, has a lot to prove on this big setting, so he's doing a good job.
Full court pressure coming from Big Ballers, and we're going to get a foul. Lavar Ball wanting to know why Harkless was a little bit late with the double team. So going to the free throw line will be Jovan Blackshear. Excellent handle, really smart player. And if he just does what Mike Bibby tells him to do, he's going to be all right. Makes a couple and a whistle behind the play. Blackshear going to get called for holding on LaMelo, and so Melo will go to the free throw line to shoot. 1:12 left to play in the first half, 47-20. It's been all Compton Magic, as the big ballers just hadn't been able to make a lot of three-point shots. I have them with only 3 three-point makes, and as you mentioned a couple times, Ronnie, they're considerably smaller, shorter, wherever you want to phrase it. And if they're not hitting from outside, it's going to be tough.
Correct, because they're not going to get a lot of second chance with points, what they rely on with the long rebounds. Compton Magic is just so long. You see Jarod Lucas there, crashes into a defender, little bang-bang play, and it's big ballers on the attack.
Nice defensive play by Christian Cavanillas to force the travel. Floater for Melo, and he gets it to go. That's 8 for Ball. 47-24, Lucas lets fly, off the rim, no good. Ball's lost out of bounds, last touched by Essien. It'll be out of bounds to Compton Magic with 51 seconds left to play in the half. And the Magic with a comfortable 23-point lead. Mobley. Good cut by Jules.
Mobley got the shorter defender with the ball fake, the street ball fake, over the top of the head, and then the pass for the dunk. Highlight material there for him, Isaiah Mobley.
In transition, here come the Magic. Blackshear, oh, he missed the overlaid off the nice pass from Lucas.
Makes up for there, Paul, with Dipsy Doo, big O for the dunk.
Okongwu with the emphatic finish. Traveling, gonna go against big ballers. What a pass from Blackshear to Okongwu. And once again, this standing room only crowd, they were ready on the elevation. I've been impressed with Johnny Juzang. I'll tell you, he's come right in this game and has contributed. No fear there.
Johnny Juzang's playing in a lot of big games. Good shooting guard prospect, great size. There you see Compton Magic coach Darren Graham barking out instructions.
And he gets the three-point play to go. He's got 9 points, all off the bench. 54-24 with 14 seconds left here in the half. We got a foul. This game is so fast-paced, but one thing I've got to mention with Compton Magic, their work in the community needs to be mentioned. They started a Compton Magic Youth Initiative a couple years ago to develop to make a difference in the community. And I've seen where they've gone to the Salvation Army to feed the homeless. They've gone on diaper drives, backpack drives to help the community. And in Compton, you cannot understate how important that is to give back to the community. So hats off to Atope and Coach Graham and all the people involved with Compton Magic for not just being about basketball, but being about life.
Definitely, they definitely get the bigger picture. They want their kids to understand it, and they definitely give back to the community. Definitely a family thing with the Compton Magic, very close. They travel all over the country, and the players are very close on and off the court, and later on in life when the ball stops bouncing as well.
Lucas hits the first free throw. Well, you saw James Harden sitting on the bench. That tells you quite a bit. I mean, James could be a lot of places today, but he decided that he's coming to watch the Compton Magic play basketball, and that tells you quite a bit. Shot misses by Essien, out of bounds to Compton Magic. With 1 second left here in the half, not a whole lot good's going to happen here.
There's James Harden on the screen.
And the first half comes to a close. A dominant performance for the Compton Magic as they take a 56-25 lead over Big Ballers into our halftime intermission. take a short break, and we'll be back with all the second half action of the Magic Memorial Day Festival presented by Adidas on ballislife.com when we return. Welcome back to Orange Lutheran High School here in Orange, California. I'm Paul Westphal. Alongside me is Ronnie Flores. We're at halftime of the Ball is Life Magic Memorial Day Festival presented by Adidas, where Compton Magic has put the pedal to the metal against Big Ballers, and they have a commanding 56-25 lead at the intermission. Another one of our poll questions. And when Melo scored 92, which gained all that national attention, justifiably so, how many points did he have at the half? Well, you got a choice. You got 50, you got 64, you got 29 or 36. So how many points did Melo have at the half on his way to 92 points in a single game this past season for Chino Hills? Log on and vote. Don't hesitate to participate.
There's Melo Ball there. Second highest total single game in California State history. One player has gone over 100 points, Paul, if you can imagine.
Which, I mean, I was not there, much to everyone's surprise. There's a look at the members of the Ball family. You got LeAngelo on the left and Lonzo on the right. I think while everyone is really, of course, very curious as to what happens to Lonzo in the near future, I think a lot of people are curious as to what's going to happen with LeAngelo, because his skill set is decidedly different, but I think he has a chance to be a really good contributor for Steve Alford there up in Westwood.
He definitely does down the line. He has great hands. He can get hot from the outside. He has a great body.
And he's strong as an ox. Harrison Butler weaving his way through an aggressive defense, gets a foul and a two-shot opportunity. Harrison Butler, of course, plays for Gary McKnight over at Mater Dei, and if there's one young man that I think showed a tremendous improvement from year to year at Mater Dei, it's this young man at the free throw line. Harrison worked really hard on the parts of his game that were a little bit, less than spectacular. And I think if he continues to improve at that rate, I think he's going to be a really good college player.
And he definitely has something to shoot for at this next level. His father, Ricky Butler, played at the University of Kansas, played for UC Irvine, played at Ocean View High School for the late Jimmy Harris, great coach. Harrison has great pedigree.
And of course, Dad, a decidedly different type of player. I always thought Ricky Butler reminded me of kind of a Charles Barkley-esque kind of player. Ricky was incredible footwork in the paint. Maybe couldn't jump out of the gym, but you also couldn't stop him either.
Correct.
Where Harrison can fly. He's got great vertical and plays a different game, but it'll be fun to watch Harrison develop, that's for sure.
Big Ballers lose the ball out of bounds. Harrison Butler gets the defensive assignment on Melo right now, so that shows his versatility. You see James Harden, the NBA MVP out of the Houston Rockets there, watching the action.
Inside it goes to Allen, and one for Timmy Allen. Allen had 8 points early in the contest, now has 10. Let's set the lineups for the Magic. It's number 4 is Jordan Starr, number 5 is Jules Bernard, number 15 is Harrison Butler, number 21 is Onyeka Okongwu, and 23 is Timmy Allen. We had some number changes from the roster we were originally given, but that's your lineup for Compton Magic. While for Big Ballers, they've got number 1, of course, is LaMelo Ball. You've got number 10, Elijah Harkless. 11 is Faquan Davis. Number 4 is Will Pluma. And here's Melo with the basketball. Long-range bomb that misses, but Pluma chases it down and shoots from just as far, but it's off, no good. And we're going to get a foul on underneath the basket. I think we're going to keep it down on the Big Ballers end. It's 60-25. I'm Paul Westphal. Alongside me is Ball is Life national grassroots editor Ronnie Flores. And Ronnie, this Compton Magic team, they have all the pieces to play against anybody.
Definitely. They definitely have a chance to win the Adidas Gauntlet finale. down in Spartanburg, South Carolina. And you've got Jules Bernard there.
62-25 Compton Magic. Steal by Butler. Good pass to Okongwu.
Okongwu with the one-hand jackhammer there.
Oh, and he races one at the other end. It's 2-on-1 the other way for Allen. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Timmy Allen tried to slam dunk it from about 10 feet away. Watch the 2-on-1. This is Okongwu on one end. Then he blocked a shot on the other end and started a fast break that nearly brought the house down. Allen tried to dunk it so hard it bounced 20 feet out of bounds.
You saw that happen to LeBron James the other day in the playoffs. He missed the dunk, and it was pretty funny, you know. It happens to the best of them.
It does. And it's just all physics when you throw it out that far. Melo having a tough time. You can see it in his body language, but on the drive, scoop shot and one for Melo. LaMelo Ball with his best offensive move of the ball game. Takes it into traffic, spins it up and in with the offhand. Pretty drive.
Scooped it right before he landed back to earth. Melo with the hang time. He loves to finish with that left hand.
And with the space that he generates with his ability to shoot from anywhere, you'd think he's gonna end up with some opportunities to split the defense off the bounce.
Okongwu loses the ball. There's fans right on the out of bounds line, kind of like a street ball game you see at Rucker Park or whatnot. There's hardly a lot of space there. The passes have to be accurate, Paul.
Yeah, no way you can chase anything down on the sideline with this overcapacity crowd here at Orange Lutheran High School. Shot no good. Mobley's got the rebound, and Isaiah is going to get called for a foul, much to his chagrin. Jules Bernard telling his teammate Isaiah Mobley everything's going to be all right. Blocked by Blackshear. Butler with a run out is fouled from behind by Pluma, and it'll be 2 shots for Harrison Butler. Did we get a technical foul here? First we have a foul on Pluma on the breakaway by Butler, but then we have a little bit of friction between Lavar Ball and one of the officials, and I think they teed up Lavar.
Lavar's trying to spark his team too, and they're down, and you know he got into there with the official, and official had enough, and Harrison Butler's going to go through the line.
Now this is an area, when I was talking earlier about Harrison Butler working on the parts of his game that were slightly deficient, free throw shooting was one of those, because he has a knack with his leaping ability and the way Mater Dei plays. He has a knack for getting to the foul line. Well, he was infinitely more successful this past season than he was the year before. For a long time, his free throw percentage was close to 80%, and that's the type of thing I love to watch guys do if they understand that while they might be a good player, there are some things they can work on to become a better player, and that's one of them that I saw Butler get much better at, as Okongwu also knocks down a couple after Butler hit a couple. So it's a 4-point trip down the floor.
One thing that's unorthodox about Harrison is he has different pair of shoes on, different colors.
Yeah.
Notice that.
Misses the slam in traffic. The hit ahead is for Yarbrough, and he missed it. Number 7 is Noah Yarbrough. 5'11" shooting guard.
And Yarbrough is a 2021 prospect, meaning he hasn't played high school ball yet.
Right.
He's going to start high school in the fall.
Melo thought he got fouled, So did Lavar, but the refs thought otherwise, so it's out of bounds to the Magic. Full court pressure and a near steal. Butler, jump stop, missed the little fadeaway. Okongwu spins it up and misses. Butler, no. Okongwu, they're playing volleyball with it, and it finally goes in.
And in that sequence, Paul, Okongwu is just too big. They don't have anybody that can keep him off the line. Onyeka Okongwu going to the line with the and one. National top 20 player.
Just I think the sky is the limit, and I don't say that about a lot of guys because sometimes I think we put undue pressure on these young men, but his skill set and the fact that the game is expanding for him every year that I see him, he's incrementally better. I just think in 3, 4, 5 years he's going to be incredibly good. Steal, bounce pass. Okongwu missed it, but he was being hung on the arm. So he'll go back to the free throw line to shoot a couple. But that first year, when they won the national championship, I was impressed with the fact that in those big time settings, he didn't seem awed by the fact he was playing against big time players.
No.
And even though he was nowhere near the focal point offensively, soft hands, always seemed to be able to get his share of points, even though they didn't run a single play for him.
Definitely, Paul. As you recall, the game we did together in the Ballislife telecast over Bishop Montgomery.
Right.
71-67, kind of catapulted Chino Hills to the national crown.
It's 74-28, and this one is just completely out of hand from a competition standpoint. We got a traveling call against Jules Bernard. Big Ballers just never able to get any sort of deep shooting rhythm. I still have them with only 3 made threes, and that's about 15 or 20 shy of what they needed.
Definitely, Paul. They definitely needed Melo or some other to get hot, and didn't happen.
Blackshear to Mobley. Ashton Franklin stepped on the sideline. Look at Mobley. He really runs the floor, really fluid 6'9" athlete.
And Paul, I've really been impressed with Blackshear's playmaking.
Okongwu bringing the fans alive. Timeout on the court. Everybody's still roaring over the emphatic monster slam by Onyeka Okongwu. Ronnie, let's look again.
Okongwu sees it coming off. Nice tip pass. Challenged, and Onyeka with the one-hander right in the facial, and the crowd just goes nuts. The key to that play was actually the tip pass, Paul.
Yes, big to big from Mobley to Okongwu, and everybody's still buzzing about that one.
And Okongwu's usually a reserved kid. He's a great guy. You know, he's not trying to show nobody up. He just got excited. There was a great play. Okongwu's a great disposition, great young man.
I would think the recruiting battle for him will be enormous, and whoever wins that, I think is setting themselves up for great success, because he looks like the type of player who's just going to get better every year.
Definitely. You know, he had a tragedy. His older brother, who played for Chino Hills, passed away in a freak skateboarding accident, and it gave him a lot of perspective. Onyeka there at the line, missed the free throw, but it gave him a lot of perspective on life and what's important, and it's helped him tremendously. He's a great young character kid.
It is true. That was a horrible tragedy for the the Chino Hills family and the young man Namdi, tragic passing way before his time due to a skateboarding accident. And Onyeka says he still thinks about him on a daily basis and uses that inspiration to make him a better human being. Out of bounds to the Magic, 78-28. There are no running clocks in AAU ball, so this drive by Blackshear, I agree with you, Ronnie. He hasn't scored a lot of points, but he really has made his presence felt out there. He's a wonderfully aware point guard.
And that's the one thing that comes with the notoriety that the Balls have. When they go up against a player, they're going to want to go at him. So Malo can expect that a lot over the next 2 years. Other kids want to go at him because he gets so much attention, and rightfully so.
2 free throws for Melo. I have him unofficially with 13 points. Here's Mobley, ran into a brick wall with Marcus Fountain, another class of 2021 player. Fountain is a 5'11" guard. This is good experience for these young men to play against this level of talent.
Definitely. Some of the kids on Big Ballers are not going to see this type of talent level every day they have to go up against. So this is a good learning experience. Should help them get better in the long run.
Lucas dumps it in to Okongwu, who's being tackled on his way to the basket. Christian Cavanius realized he was at Okongwu's mercy there under the basket and held on for the foul. Of course, both USC and UCLA have already offered this young man, and if he wants to stay close to home, he can't do a whole lot better than those 2 schools, that's for sure. Cavanius on the drive, rejected by Juzang. Okongwu tried the windmill, came up a little shy. Running one-hander up and in by Davis. Faquan Davis has 5 points. Juzang finds Mobley, who jams it home. A dozen for Isaiah Mobley. 84-32. Long-range shot by Melo misses. Lucas, Mobley steps through and finger rolls it in. Isaiah Mobley's got 14.
Nice body control there by Mobley.
Yes, I think the reason that Faquan Davis threw it over the top of the basket was he got shoved. But they didn't see it that way, so it's out of bounds to the Magic.
A lot of contact there.
Indeed.
The refs hopefully keep it under control here in the last 8 minutes.
Melo drives, hangs, scores, and draws the foul. 15 for Melo. If you were a college scout, of course, he's declared he's going to UCLA. But if you were watching Melo's game, what areas would you like to see improvement in these last couple seasons?
Well, I think Melo has the temperament and the knowledge of the game to take shots that he would, he's not going to be able to take at the college level. And I think he's smart enough to understand that. And I think he just needs to keep working on his quickness because he has everything else almost there. He just natural progression. He's a young player for his class. And he just want to see where some of these shots and these long 40-footers, he's not going to really be taken at the next level. So you want to see his game kind of get a little bit more fundamentally sound.
We have another poll question coming up. How many UCLA players were Compton Magic alums? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Go ahead and vote. How many UCLA Bruins were Compton Magic alums? I'll give you a hint. There were a couple just off this last team.
Definitely, and they're on the fast track to the NBA.
Yeah, indeed.
Okongwu and TJ Leaf.
How good can Ike Anigbogu be down the road? I think really good.
I do as well. You know, he's a big, strong human. I kind of joked with him last time I saw him. I said, man, you're getting so big. Because, you know, he didn't really have that temperament disposition at Corona Centennial, but he looks like a pro.
I see him projected anywhere from 10th to 20th, somewhere in that range, which is going to mean he's highly regarded. And of course, TJ Leaf, gosh, it certainly could be a lower lottery pick. I think he's going to be a terrific NBA player just due to that basketball IQ in addition to the skill set.
TJ Leaf had some fantastic games this year for
that he did.
Coach Steve Alford.
Jules Bernard at the free throw line, the Windward Wildcat. Averaged 25 points and 14 rebounds for Windward this past season. And Windward played as tough a schedule as anybody. The hit ahead is for Bernard, but he comes up short on the slam. In the corner, it's Starr. Jordan Starr hits a three. (93-40). Inside of 7 minutes to play in the game, and LaMelo takes it strong to the rim and has 17. Steal. Pluma looks good, is good. That's 11 for Will. He's got 3 threes.
And what you want to see here in the last 6 minutes is big ballers continue to compete and try to make an impact in terms of competing and getting better, producing, not letting it get out of hand in terms of their effort.
Exactly, and I think that's a direct correlation to Lavar Ball and his style, because the whole objective of all of this is for all of these young men to get better. While everybody wants to win, that's why you keep score, but the idea is let's all get better individually and collectively.
And the Adidas Gauntlet, you know, it is about kids getting, you know, seen and developing and ultimately playing at the next level. That's what they play in these multitude of grassroots events for.
Little fadeaway jumper is good. 94-47 inside of 6 minutes to play. And Lucas loses the ball out of bounds, and it is out of bounds though to the Magic.
It's funny there, Melo Ball looks as taller than Jarod Lucas.
I swear, I think he grew a half an inch during the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so much taller than he was just a couple of seasons ago that if he continues to grow, you'd have to think by the time he gets done, he'll be pretty close to Lonzo's, what's Lonzo, maybe 6'6"?
Correct, yeah, and Melo's maybe stretching closer to 6'3", 6'4".
Butler lays it up and in. Harrison's got 5. Melo from 30, yeah. 20 for Melo. Butler, Okongwu. Oh, he went for a monster slam, leaving his feet from about 10 feet away. There you see it. He takes off from about halfway to the foul line and still had plenty of lift to get it up and over, but just missed, and he'll shoot a couple. Missed them both. Inside of 5 minutes to go, 96-50. That's a goaltend against Onyeka. Score the basket for Christian Cavanius. Hope all of you have enjoyed the Ballislife Magic Memorial Day Festival presented by Adidas as much as we have bringing it to you. Players in both games that you're going to see playing for a long time, not just at the college level, but health and improvement permitted. many of these young men hope to play in the NBA someday.
This is the start of it, Paul. Get on the circuit, prove yourself, be seen, get a college scholarship, and keep working and hope for the best.
And that is indeed the next step for almost every one of these players, is that college will beckon at a variety of different levels. But of course, we've seen over the years as Bernard hits the free throw and leaves the game. I have Jules unofficially with 16 points. But if you can get to college, and it doesn't matter where, you can continue to improve your skill set, play against top level competition, and if you're good enough, the NBA will find you.
Not only that, Paul, these kids will get a full rights athletic scholarship. It's such a big relief or big burden off of parents to not have to pay, and then you got to think, doctors, lawyers, those people have to pay back huge amounts of student loans, where this is a huge opportunity for these kids.
Boy, that's really well said, because college, the expense of college is just soaring, and if you can get college paid for, all of the time and effort that you spent in your younger years, well worth it.
Definitely.
Butler way ahead of the crowd with the two-hand flush for Harrison. 100-52. Mobley, I thought he was throwing it to you, Ronnie.
Yeah. The Magic have been pretty consistent here. It was 56-25 at half, so it's been a consistent first and second half, basically.
They have not taken their foot off the gas at all, and it's really been a great sharing of the wealth with the Magic. I mean, I've got 5 guys with double figures and probably missed a couple.
Very
Butler
balanced team.
To Starr. We didn't get a chance to see a lot of Jordan Starr's game, but I really liked what I saw from him in his first year at Village Christian, playing with new players, new style, etc. I think he has a very bright future as well.
Definitely. Here's Jordan Starr. Leaves it off to the Big O.
As he ran by the coach, Jordan Starr said on that last pass to Okongwu, I was going to throw it off the glass, and that would have brought the house down.
Jordan Starr is a very unselfish player.
It's a 360 attempt by Juzang that came up empty. But he and Cassius Stanley, that's just a highlight show every night, I would guess.
Yes.
At least this past season for the Wolverines of Harvard-Westlake, as Starr lays it up and in and draws some contact as well. We're down to the last 70 seconds or so, and the clock continues to run. Compton Magic flexed their muscles early, Ronnie, and it really was never a contest. There's the Ball brothers coming in support of family, little brother and dad. Juzang seemed offended at that attempt. You got to bring more than that.
Juzang's not letting up here in the last minute of the game.
Plume, a high arching 3-ball that misses everything, and it's out of bounds. And the clock continues to run. I'd like to thank David Atta and Matt Rodriguez, everybody involved with Ball is Life, and for allowing me to come and participate. We're an afternoon of spectacular, talented players showing off their skills. Thanks to you, Ronnie Flores, for sitting in again. I could sit and talk basketball with you for 4 or 5 hours and I wouldn't have to say anything, and I'd still be entertained. So once again, really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well, Paul. Thank you. This has been a great 2 games and great talent level, and we'll hope to see these guys in the future.
Butler sends one flying out of bounds off the back rim, and we're down to the last few seconds of the Magic Memorial Day Festival presented by Adidas is come to a close. The Compton Magic with 6 players in double figures with a wire-to-wire victory over Big Ballers. Our final score, Compton Magic 109, Big Ballers 57. For my broadcast partner, Ronnie Flores, I'm Paul Westfall. Thanks to everybody involved. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did bringing it to you. From Orange Lutheran High School in Orange, California, it's Compton Magic with the victory. So long, everybody.